Hi everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, we're back with Ryan in the kitchen. So in a few moments, I'm going to actually hand over to my son down in Surrey there, and he is going to show you how to make sourdough crumpets. Believe me, I was talking to him this evening on the way home from his work, and they sound absolutely yummy. And I told Karen she has to make them tomorrow. So I have Simon in the kitchen. Hi Simon.
Hi everyone.
So it's been a bit of an exciting week for me and you, Simon, hasn't it?
What's it?
Yeah, presents.
Oh,
what
yes.
did you get, Simon?
I got a nice beard maintenance kit.
Let me see. So first of all, I want to say a massive big thank you. I have received some flowers anonymously and they are amazing. So we received some flowers and I just love it. You know, it absolutely is lovely. Dear Carol, thank you so much for all that you do. You're amazing. You never stop. I've learned so much and I've enjoyed all the fun your lives bring. Please don't change. Thank you so much. Kiss, kiss, kiss. We got roses, box of chocolates. Karen got them, Laura got them, and John's devastated. He got nothing. He's been doing live sports for nearly 4 years. But that's what happens when he wants to be kicked off, isn't it, Simon? You snaffled his job.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
Didn't want it, did it?
No.
And then I got these lovely flowers off Kim Tilling, which was lovely. Look how lovely, bright and careful they are. So they're lovely. Just to say thank you for such a wonderful service. Stay safe, Kim. Absolutely lovely. And then we've got Richard, a memory of Richard. Look at him, how cute. And he is going to take pride in place. He's going to be our little Sugar and Crumbs mascot. Because how are we ever going to forget Richard? We're never going to forget him, have we? I have seen on social media, quite a few of you have made a few girlfriends for Richard. And well done to you. So really very, very pleased. And he's a little cutie. And this was sent to me via Serena. She put a little something to remember Richard, aka Dick. And to say a massive thank you for all that yourself and the team do for all of us. It's very much appreciated, especially at this time when our world is far from normal. Fond and best wishes, Serena Lawson. How lovely is that? Honestly, it makes you really very touched and very, very much appreciated. So then a little parcel come yesterday. Was it yesterday, Simon?
I don't know, I wasn't here.
Was you not here? I was slightly concerned that, you know, I didn't notice if anybody noticed it was my beard. Then Karen had a bit of a panic. We're all like that. Anyhow, it was to Simon. So Simon has got this lovely gift and we just love it. I mean, in there it's got balm, it's got a wax, it's got scissors, it's got a comb. I don't think your beard's ever been that specially treated, has it, Simon?
It hasn't, no.
In 7 years I've known Simon, he's dyed his beard every colour from a luminous lime green to pink to violet. What other colours? I think you've had blue, haven't you? So every colour, and but now it's going to get the proper treatment. And what do you think, Simon? You love it, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna...
So that is from Kathy Eaton. So thank you, Kathy. That's absolutely
Thank you very much, Kathy.
Yeah. Are you going red, Simon? Are you as red as
It's
your
the
glasses?
pink light.
He doesn't know what to say with himself, but he does like it. So anyhow, and then another thing is I want to tell you, and I was truly amazed by this, but look at this. Okay, now we haven't got all the cameras on, but how beautiful is this? Can you see this well enough, Simon?
Yes, I can see that well.
This is a cross stitch done by Karen Naylor, and yesterday she come to present it to me. She actually rang and said, look, do you mind if I just drop this off? So we organised some social distancing and she came and dropped this off for me. It is stunning. I love it. It's so colourful, so beautiful, and it couldn't have been any better than Pride of Place in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. So I'm going to get Simon to get some nails out. I'm going to hang it there, round there somewhere.
Go on the door up there.
No, we could put it on the door, couldn't we? I don't know. We'll have to have a think about it. But isn't that beautiful? It took Karen 10 hours to make this. She even got the logo right. How lovely. So I do feel genuinely spoiled over the last few weeks. I've had flowers off so many of you, and I've said it each week when I've come on live, and I am truly, truly honoured, grateful. Really, seriously, I am. I really don't know what to say. It's just really nice to feel so appreciated. So, oh, and then I found this as well. And it's quite appropriate really because I never told you about this, but we've got a new product that we are launching, And we've been working on this product for some time. It's actually like a 5-in-1 mix. It can actually make more things, but we're still working on the recipes at the moment. So we're still playing with them. And it's a new product called Whipping It Up. Basically, it makes Swiss meringue buttercream, it makes pavlova, it makes meringues, it makes meringue kisses, it makes mousse, it makes shortbread biscuits, it makes macarons, it actually makes cake as well. But like I say, some of those recipes there, we've still just got to finalise, but we're playing with them at the moment. It's an all-in-one mix. It's white in colour, because as you know, we don't do any colours. Not for any other reason, but we just want to keep it so that you can just choose your own colours. It's delicious, and there is 6 yummy flavours: salted caramel, black cherry, strawberry milkshake, raspberry ripple, velvet vanilla and lemon drizzle. So we are really excited to launch this. We are hand bagging them at the moment, okay, and I have put them in recyclable bags, but to be fair, by the time you've ripped this off and everything else, it's pointless. But they are recyclable bags. It is made in Britain, but all our flavoured icing sugars are made in Britain. We actually make them ourselves. And funny enough, I was talking to a supplier yesterday, and he actually asked me, did I send it out to be made? And I don't. We actually make it at our unit in Bredbury. So we are very excited about this product. We've also got several other products, especially for abroad, that we're going to launch very soon. So we're going to have those in the pipeline for you as well. So anyhow, so Karen and I are going to do a Facebook Live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for you to see what this lovely product makes. So we're going to make everything tomorrow lovely and fresh, and then we're going to have it here to display, because obviously we can't bake some of it on the night. We can show you how to make it, but we can't bake some of it because some of it takes several hours. And my son is waiting for me to get a move on, by the way.
He looks ready.
Yes, so we are going to make this at 8 o'clock tomorrow live in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Shut up, Simon. So, Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, come and watch us with this amazing product and the delicious flavours. Now, I've had a secret group going now for some time, and all those in the secret group, you can start now bashing our social media with what you've been making with it. Oh, it makes royal icing as well. So getting on to that subject, a few years ago, Kerry Myers from the Queensland, I need to get it right, Queensland Cake Decorators Association contacted me to ask me would I make flavoured icing sugar. And I've been talking to her, and I've sent over some of our sugars for samples, which she absolutely loves. Michael Lewis Anderson asked us would we make it, and also Sarah Doyle. So this has been going on for 2 years, and that in line with the other things that we wanted to make as well. When I sent everything over to all the flavoured icing sugars over to Kerry, because I actually said you could use it for royal icing now as it is, but it wasn't quite fine enough and you needed to add another ingredient. She sent me this lovely certificate, and I've never shared it with you really, but it was a certificate of appreciation to the Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles from the Queensland Expo 2099, and it was very much appreciated. So I just wanted to show you that, because that's with me talking to Kerry about developing something for them, and we've been talking about it for a very long time. So it's really very nice, isn't it? What else did I want to tell you, which I'm thinking about? We've got a live at 11:30 tomorrow with Tracy Mann. Didn't she do a fantastic live on Tuesday night? It was amazing. She's a great girl, and we've got Calabo chocolate back in stock already. So you better buy your Calabo, albeit the 1 kilo bags are out of stock, mainly because they're out of stock, but they should be back in next week, those. So 2.5 kilos, the mousse, the crisp pearls, which we'll be using tomorrow here in the kitchen. And what else have I put in stock? There's loads of things back in stock. Edible art is back in stock, the colours. There's just loads of things back in stock on the website. At the moment, trying to get supplies is difficult, mainly because of deliveries and waiting times with everybody. I spoke to a company this week that placed an order with, and it's a 14-day lead time. I'm like, ooh, started shaking. We've also got plenty of classes. Now, Molly Robbins, my Cupcake Bouquet online class is doing fabulously well. You're all loving that, okay? My next class is the 13th of June. So if you want to join, please come along and join it. It's a fun class. All the students who've been on that class have been all over our social media telling you how great it is. And also, I'm doing a bonus live class on Tuesday at 1 o'clock, aren't we, Simon? Have you forgot?
For who?
His eyes
Carol.
glaze over. In the cupcake bouquet group.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 1 o'clock we're doing a little sneaky live class there at 1 o'clock. Can't tell you any more unless you're a member. But members do that. It's £50 to join, and all classes are free in there, so that's great. Molly Robbins has joined us. Her first class is next Friday. We're very excited about that, aren't we, Simon? Oh gosh, his head popped around the camera. So we are spending the day with Molly here in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and her first project is the burger cake. The
I thought it was in June, that.
June is next. When is it? It's next Friday, isn't it?
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah, we're in June next week.
Oh.
In fact, my granddaughter, Ryan's daughter, is actually 2 on Tuesday. I can't believe it. 2 years have flown by. She's my youngest grandbaby, by the way. So Molly is in the kitchen next Friday. And she is going to be kicking off with a burger cake. Now, it's £60 to join Molly's group. And every lesson that she does then is free for all members. And anybody who comes and joins us at a later date can see past classes and forward classes. Molly will actually be doing classes maybe once every 4 to 6 weeks. If she can do any more, she will, but we can't commit because she's a busy girl, so she has to fit them in. But bundles for that class, members who are watching, that will go on sale tonight. They are made. I'm just waiting for a price off John, okay, for what they're going to cost, because we want to try and keep it as low as possible. There's a lot of sugar paste in this bundle, so sugar paste is expensive, so do be careful, but you're going to achieve a beautiful cake. And then my final thing is Georgie Godbold is coming online too. So we are ever so excited. You can join her class as well. She is going to kick off with the teapot, and the teapot is fabulous. Everybody loves that. So on the 30th of June, you can do a Facebook Live here in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen online in Georgie's group that I'm in the process of setting up, and follow her online. And then every month, every 6 weeks, again, she'll be doing another project. So those who are already in at the beginning get to know all the following projects, and those who join at a later date get the past projects and following projects. Again, every 4 to 6 weeks if possible, okay? So, and they're yours forever, to keep forever. So you can always go back, rewind them, look at things, and that's the same for all 3 groups. And the people in the Cupcake Bouquet group are buzzing. They are loving it, and I'm sure if you're watching it now, they're going to be telling you how much they love it. Molly's group has got a really good buzz as well. Georgie's group, there's no one in it yet because I actually haven't finished building the group, so do bear with me. I will have it up and running over the weekend. We've also got Hector, Chef Hector, I can't say his name, it begins with R, Rockas, or what, anyhow. He is going to be doing online classes. He is going to be doing individual classes for his all his flours. You can either buy the whole class in one, which I'll tell you more about, where you learn everything, or you can buy them in different segments. But his flours are amazing, and part of that is he is going to give you his secret recipe on how to make homemade flexible paste. But it is a secret, and when you join the group, that recipe is yours, but you can never share it with anybody. But basically, when you make an edible rose with him, you can squeeze it. I don't know why I'm doing this here, but you can squeeze it. I know, you can squeeze it and it doesn't break. It is amazing. Once you've used it, you're never going to go back to anything else. So I think that is me done.
You've managed to fill out your 15 minutes.
Oh, I said to Ryan I was going to be 15 minutes. So I just want to say thank you to Karen Naylor, thank you to Kathy, Kim, Serena, everybody for supporting Sugar and Crumbs. You are an amazing crowd. Your support has been fantastic, and what's really nice is knowing how much you appreciate us, and the hundreds and hundreds of emails that I get every week, every month, telling me how much you appreciate everything. It's really, really touching, and that's why we're here. So I am actually going to hand over to Ryan. Ryan, are you ready?
Always.
Don't hand over yet, Simon. Let's
Always.
just check he's ready. So, Ryan?
Ready.
Ryan?
He's ready.
He's ready. So I'm going to hand over to Ryan. I'm going to buzz off out of here. I'm going to leave Simon on camera duty, and I'm going to go and watch it on my own computer, and I'm going to see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with our new product. We'll see you then. Hand over to Surrey.
Guys, welcome to Sugar and Crumbs Facebook Live again. Can you hear me, Simon? You can hear me, yeah? Oh, that's cool. Sorry, I got a bit of bad signal. Guys, thank you so much, and Mum, Simon, thank you so much for inviting me back to Facebook Live. It's a really good honour and lovely to hear about all the lovely stuff that's going on at Sugar and Crumbs. But it's great to be back, guys. I've been really excited about this. I've had a roller coaster of a week. I've got to be really honest with you, really level with you. I hope you've been out today enjoying the sunshine, because I have been working hard. And after a couple of weeks off on furlough, that heat has been getting to me. But forget about that. We're here. We've got some fun things to do. I'm not really prepared, but for a professional chef, that makes it all the fun. We're going to have a little bit of fun, and tonight we're going to make crumpets. Simon, could you just pop to the down camera for me, please? So basically, as you can see here, crumpets, ladies and gentlemen. So a nostalgic, dream for me. Absolutely love them. When I was a kid, obsessed with crumpets. Crumpets after school, crumpets before school, crumpets late at night, whenever. I'm sure if you're English, especially, you can relate to this. Now, you're probably looking at these thinking, Warburton's one's a little bit better than that. Sorry for the promotional for Warburton's then. But Warburton's are a multi-million pound company, and they have a load of robots making them. So if I'm going to teach you guys, I'm going to be realistic about it. We're going to produce these little bad boys. And the thing that you're looking for with a crumpet, for me, is a nice chewy centre. These nice little aerated bubbles in the top. Nice golden colour. You can see they're not a perfect shape. They've been handmade by myself. Not too toasted underneath, but a nice golden colour again. And as soon as they come out of the pan, a little bit of butter on them, enjoy them with your favourite topping. But like I said, I'm not prepared today too much, so I'm going to go through the process of the sourdough crumpets. You're probably thinking sourdough, that's the twist. So sourdough has a really, really similar tangy flavour to crumpets. I don't know how Warburton's do it, but what we can do to replicate that at home is to make a really, really simple recipe. And if you did join me a couple of weeks ago, you'll remember we had a tutorial on sourdough. And feeding that sourdough, if you do want that recipe, it's on the Sugar and Crumbs website or Facebook. You do have to feed the sourdough 2 or 3 times a week and discard a little bit. And this is a really, really great thing to use up the discard. We use a couple of tablespoons in the recipe, which I'll go through later. Really, really simple recipe, 6-7 ingredients. Mix it all up, leave it for 15 minutes, half an hour in the pan, and you get these babies. So if we can just go to the front camera again, please, Simon. So basically, I talked about not being prepared. And the reason I say that is because I rushed home from work today. I thought, what am I going to do with these crumpets? So I'm going to do a little bit of a collaboration. I'm going to go a little bit wild, try and touch on something that you like. And hopefully, in the end, it might seem a little bit weird, but I'm just going to root around my cupboards pretty much. We're going to find some toppings. I think I've got a couple of ideas. Might do a savoury topping. May end up doing a sweet topping, but I suppose it'll make it all fun. So, Simon, if you want to drop down, let's start going through the recipe. If we can drop down on the worktop camera. So here's the finished product. Give you a little bit of a close-up. So, nice golden crumpets. And let's go into the process. The recipe consists of a few ingredients, like I said. Number 1, we have 180 grams of plain flour. I've been using Nelstrops, which Sugar and Crumbs have very kindly sent to me. 16 kilo bag. Never going to run out for about 6 years, which is great. And in here, you can see 4 ingredients. We've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of dried yeast, super active. Make sure you got a good quality one. Not just from a chef's point of view, but if you are bakers out there, buy your yeast 2-3 months in the cupboard, wing it. It's cheap enough. Get some more, because it does have a little bit of a shelf life. People think it lasts forever. It really doesn't. I use sea salt. I think there's a beautiful clarity in sea salt. If you over season with table salt, it's got a few kind of like chemicals added so that it doesn't go sticky and dry out. But sea salt's pure. It's got a clean taste. I really think it benefits the crumpet and had it, maximising that toasted flavour. And then the last one here is sugar. So you got sugar and salt playing against each other. 2 raisin agents, both chemical. and we're going to give it a little whisk, so a little bit of mechanical kind of raising going in there as well. These two bad boys, super active. Flour to bind, we're going to use 200 ml tepid water. Tepid, I'm sure you all know, but if you don't, we're looking at about, I generally stick my finger in as a chef, clean hands, of course. And, you're looking for that kind of like, your body temperature is about 37 degrees. It should just feel warm. That's a nice tepid temperature of water. It's not going to damage the yeast. It's not going to get your mix too excited too fast, therefore developing a nice flavour. Now, you're probably wondering, where does the sourdough come in? So please welcome on stage for another night, and one night only, the amazing, but the sourdough bubbling away as per usual. Give this little bad boy a little feed. Hope you can see that nice and clear. Some beautiful little bubbles in there. Smells tangy as, perfect. So I'm really excited about using this. Like I said, the recipe is on the Facebook Sugar and Crumbs page, or check out the website. I'll have to double check that for you. But yeah, that's the ingredients pretty much. 200 tepid water, 180 strong Nels Drops flour, 2 raisin agents, baking powder. We've got some dried active yeast, sugar, salt, and we're going to use 2 tablespoons of the sourdough starter. And that is it, guys. Literally, really, really simple. You're probably thinking, well, to be honest, £2.10 in my back pocket, really simple, nip down Tesco's, buy some, but nothing's as good as home cooking, especially when you wang a few of these bad boys out for breakfast, and you can sit there and say, I made these, and they're just so beautiful. The smell of them cooking is beautiful. So let's go ahead and start mixing these up. So mixing bowl, we're getting a few frowns here, but I like to go in straight away with the tepid water. So 200 ml. These bad boys. So again, the yeast, the salt, people are like, oh, you don't put yeast and salt in together. It's a really quick mix. It's really not going to be sat there for hours with the salt killing the yeast. Plus the baking powder's super active. You don't leave that all night. So, you've got this as a backup, this to add a little bit of body when it hits the pan, and then your flavouring as well. So really don't worry about the salt. All of that goes in. Bosh. And we just want to give that a little mix around with a whisk. You can see already that baking powder fizzing away. You want to get that flour in straight away. Give it a little mix up just to incorporate the baking powder. So this has gone a little bit dry, and I don't know why, so we're going to add. If your mix does become a little bit thick, I've tried this recipe out twice, it hasn't gone this thick, so maybe there's something wrong with my scales. I'm just going to incorporate a little bit more water. And we're looking for a cake batter. That's what we're looking for. Nice pâte genoise, simple sponge cake batter. Just drop in off a spoon with a little bit of body. Too runny, and it's going to go into the pan and just leak everywhere. So we're looking for that nice kind of thick cake batter. And again, want to mix this quite fast, quite vigorous, not to form too many strong glutens, or you're going to get a real tough crumpet. And I think as well, if you have got the experience out there making cakes all the time, which I'm sure a lot of you are pros, what my mum tells me and what I see on Sugar and Crumbs, and you can see there, get those lumps out there, so that's nice and loud. And then as you can see, you got a nice dropping consistency. Just get a little spoon so you can see that a little bit clearer. As you can see. And now we're going to pop a little bit of our old friend Bert in there. So a nice bit of sourdough, so 2 tablespoons. You know what, with the sourdough, I'm not really too precious with it. The consistency is almost like for like with the batter. I don't know if you can see that, just kind of folds into it. So you're just going to get a little bit more of a tang, a little bit more activeness. I go 2 tablespoons, 2 big spoons. As long as you're not using big, massive salad spoons, you should be all right. And the sourdough, the reason I've done this recipe is the last recipe that I did was the sourdough starter. I remember going through the recipe with my mum a couple of days later. And she was like, oh, right, so you've got to, and a lot of people do that. They go, what? So I've got to take a little bit away and take a little bit away and just throw it in the bin. That seems a bit of a waste. And that's why this is a beautiful recipe. It's taking all those little bin ends as such that would be wasted and using them as discard crumpets. So basically, guys, that's your mix. It's that easy. I think it's like six ingredients in there. I made a mistake. Loved it as a chef. My experience tells me that we're looking for that cake batter. It was a little bit dry. I don't know why that was, but to get that, it's not a fussy recipe. We're not making 6-layer cake here. We're making some crumpets, and it's all about the consistency that we've got here. A nice kind of drop-in consistency. You can see the bubbles, very, very active. That'll be the baking powder. And again, it's going to get a little kick up the backside by the yeast is going to kick in, and then the sourdough is going to start eating that flour. You're going to leave that. It's really, really hot today. Glorious day. It's about 24, 25 degrees in my house right now. So usual kind of room temperature. You want to leave this for about half an hour, 45 minutes, in true Blue Peter style, ladies and gentlemen. Whoosh. There we go. As you can see, loads of, it's kind of risen a little bit. This was a mix that I made, I think it must have been about 35, 40 minutes ago now. And you can see, you can wobble it. You can see there's a little bit, that wobble. Like that. You can see the bubbles rising up. That's a great, great sign to look for, because we're going to make crumpets and we're going to cook them slow. And as we cook them slow, the heat's going to penetrate from below and just generate those bubbles come to the top. Bang. They're going to burst. Even though, like I said, they don't look like multi-million-pound Warburton's ones. You're going to get these really, really little sexy holes here. Really, really nice. And that just replicates the bubbles coming up from the active yeast, sourdough, and baking powder, giving you those characteristics synonymous with the amazing crumpet. So that's it, really, guys. It's going to be a bit of a faff for me to take my pan, take you over to my cooker. So we're going to bring the cooker to the pan to the worktop. So this has been preheated on a, my settings on my cooker have 6 settings. This is on number 3. So it tells me a nice medium heat. 2 of these bad boys, standard kind of cake rings. Some people might poach eggs in them. I've got a couple of different sizes here. Who's judging? We're in isolation, lockdown, we're free. I don't really know what's going on at the minute, but I didn't look too far. I've just got these in my cupboard. I would use them all. Got some big ones here, so we'll do 3. Now the thing with a crumpet is as well, a nice golden colour comes from the kitchen gold that I like to call butter. Very, very important for crumpets. They love it. Nice bit of butter. So this is just some butter that I've melted down here. So you see all the butter fats, nice little white bits. I'm going to drizzle a little bit in the pan. Nice medium heat pan. How much? Half a tablespoon per ring. And then we want to go with our lovely batter mix. Now, this recipe is a little bit of a funny one because everybody might have a different size pan. They might not have heated it on a medium heat for too long. The thing with a crumpet is, it's quite obvious that when the bubbles come and it starts to set on the top like a pancake or a crepe does, you're looking for those bubbles and you'll just see it will change from a wet batter to a nice kind of like dry crumpet top. So just going to move that around so you can see. You can see it's almost like it's got that blancmange, dare I say it, angel delight consistency. Dreamy. Haven't had one of those for about 20 years. But we're going to take this angel delight blancmange consistency number. I'm just going to pop a nice big spoonful. And like I said, I've just got these 3 rings. You want to fill the rings, whatever size you're doing, about halfway really, because you're going to get a double rise. Dreamy. If anyone's got any questions, in a minute is where I'm going to get a little bit hot under the collar. I've been working a long week. Hot under the collar because I'm not really prepared with the toppings. So we're going to have a little rummage around my little isolation kitchen, pick out some little trims. We're going to try and do some strange little toppings for these crumpets instead of the old classic cheese and Branston. Jam and butter. And that's literally it, guys. As you can see, heated pan, a little bit of butter. The mix that I showed you about 5 minutes ago, had been sat for about 35 minutes. Already, you can see little bubbles. So we're going to get this bad boy on the heat. I tested this earlier today. We're looking, pop it back on that medium heat. We're probably looking anywhere, it's 5 past now, between 8 and 14 minutes. Sounds like a lot. So on low temperature. You can do the dishwasher. You can do loads of things, really. Simon, could you pop me back onto the face camera? So I didn't say at the beginning as well, almost forgot, but I've been heavily involved with the NHS at Brecon with my team. Fantastic team where I work down in London. The chefs have been doing completely voluntary work. We've hit 20,000 meals, and each week I'm still humbled by their hard work. So I didn't say like it being last time, but cheers to the NHS. It is Thursday. Amazing job they're doing. In true Keith Lloyd style, drinking, having a good time in the kitchen. I think now it's time for me to have a little rummage around. So if you do have any questions while we wait for these bad boy crumpets to go on, I'm going to have a rummage around, find some loose ends, and hopefully not embarrass myself and try and put some good little numbers together. So Rosie, if you do have any questions, do let me know. It's a bit of a supermarket sweet little number. I think we need to go for a little bit of sweetness. Got some berries here. Might go with a classic jam. This is where we get a little bit hot on the collar. Some savoury bits. We've got there some ham. We've got some, obviously this all doesn't go together. We're trying to think, the chef on the spot. Got some cream cheese. I wonder if we could do anything with that. My daughter's favourite. Let's see what we can work with here. So, berries. Sounds like a good one. Standard cream cheese. Great thing in the industry. Going to see what we can do with that. Some of my favourite jam. No brand intended there. Some real nice jam. You know, I do like jam and butter. It's a classic flavour. People have, you know, I used to have beans, cheese, everything on them. But you can hear those bubbling away. I'll just give you a little sneak peek. If we can get the worktop camera, please, Simon. So as you can see, these are just bubbling away in a low heat. Already nearly doubled in size. These bubbles that we talked about, they're going to make the famous crumpet come to life. You can see just popping around. So that's after 2 minutes. Let's pop those back on.
Ryan, one question. Can you make the mixture the night before ready to cook in the morning?
Unfortunately not. Sourdough crumpets, the reason is when I was looking at this recipe, and I've literally made this recipe up for you guys. Can we have face camera, please, Simon? I've made this recipe, and the reason that I've doctored the recipe a little bit, the short answer would be no, because I've had baking powder. True sourdough crumpets, there's a few good recipes online. I feel like I've been nicking a few ideas from. You know, they still have a kind of 6 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour, 9 hour wait. And I found a few of them quite heavy, so I played around with this recipe and added the baking powder, the yeast, and then a little bit of a kick up the backside with the sourdough to get all that kind of lovely tang. So unfortunately not, but I tried to simplify this so we can have something kind of within an hour and a half. So the baking powder would fizzle out after an hour or two and just really have no point in being in there. So the answer in short would be no, unfortunately. We are going to carry on. Okay, definitely on the spot here. So I reckon we're going to do, if we can have, please, Simon, the worktop camera. I'm going to go something that I learned when I used to work. When I first came to London 10 years ago, I used to work at an amazing restaurant in Hyde Park, and the chef there was taught in New York, and I came across this beautiful, beautiful thing called sweet cheese. And I was like, sweet cheese sounds disgusting, but basically it was your usual Philly number out the fridge. You could use a bit of mascarpone, again, cheese. People don't think it's cheese, but it is. But just like the cheesecake, I suppose cheesecake in essence is sweet cheese. So let's get a little bit of this in here. I think this will work. I do feel a bit under pressure here, you know. It's more the plating. A lot of reputation going on this. So sweet cheese, as I said, worked at a restaurant, used to do this little dessert, sweet cheese. You can add honey to this. Do remember the theme, guys. We're going here with some beautiful crumpets with isolation loose ends. I'm literally going to my fridge. Always have berries, always have a bit of jam. I have some mascarpone, but I'm using Philadelphia. I'm going to choose to do a little bit of maple syrup just to sweeten that cheese up. A tablespoon or so. Add as much as you like. I mean, the cheese is not necessarily sweet, but it's a very, very luxurious cheese. Philadelphia soft cheese, mascarpone. They only need a little squeeze of honey, about a tablespoon per 300 grams. As you can see, just glossing it up, really, really nice. I think with this one, I think I know where I'm going with this. We're going to do crumpets, sweet cheese. We're going to get some berries on there. We're going to get some berries, some blueberries, some raspberries, some jam. I think the sweet cheese is going to play the butter element. We'll get some jam. We'll get some berries on there. We need something crunchy, which we will come to in a minute.
Few people sharing what they like best. Marmite. How do you feel
What?
about that?
No. Can we get a face camera? Please. No Marmite. I don't know what it is about Marmite. Well, it's Marmite, isn't it? You love it or you hate it. I don't know. I respect the fact that it's healthy and good for you, but sorry, ladies, gents, whoever put that across. Do you get a name?
I'd have to go up to see that.
If we can just get off my horrified face for the Marmite comments, apologies, personal preference, and we can just go down to the worktop camera. As you can see, guys, look, we are rocking. These are going to be better than my testers from before. The magic is happening, guys. They've rose. They're about a third, if not double in size. Bubbles are going crazy. Look, get a close-up on that. See the bubbles happening. Live-o. We are live-o. So, pop that there. Let's get back. So I'm thinking, guys, with this, we've got to go somewhere along the lines of American pancakes, berries, syrup, jam. We need something crunchy on a crumpet, scone, clotted cream, kind of number, jam and butter, crumpet. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's how my brain's going at the minute. All chefy. That's how we work. We're a little bit crazy. But most of our job is about just winging it together and going, wow, that tastes good. Let's sell it for £9. That's generally one of the main secrets. We do come across some absolutely beautiful combinations using that theory, or maybe there's a lot of chefs thinking that I'm mad, and that's not true, revealing the secrets. There's one topping. When the crumpets are ready, I think we're probably looking about 3 or 4 minutes off. I think we've had, 4 minutes? Coming up to about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. There's a sweet one. Let's do a savoury topping as well. So let's leave that there. Plate top. Now, in terms of savoury topping, people think it's a little bit strange. I'm really looking in my fridge here, guys. Really, really struggling to pull some stuff together. I'm thinking savoury. Let's go. We've gone from breakfast. Let's go lunchy, brunchy style. So I found a little bit of ham here, which my wife has beautifully wrapped up. She doesn't usually do that. So thank you very much for that, Rose. Respecting the fridge for once. That's nice. So we'll go a little bit of ham. Avocado, classic. I'm very, very lucky sometimes. I get to bring a little bit of loose endo from work. Maybe it's stuff that's sadly going to go in the bin that's beautiful. I've managed to bring home some beautiful little tomatoes today. We'll use some of those and a little bit of cress. So we're going to go berries, jam, sweet cheese, golden syrup. We need some kind of cereal, granola. We have here literally running around my kitchen, guys, looking for answers. Crispy shallot, no thank you very much. What we got here, Rice Krispies, buckwheat blinis, no. Sounds a bit posh, doesn't it? Boy from Manchester with buckwheat blinis in his cupboard.
Lots of people suggesting bacon.
Bacon. I think the ham will play that. I don't have bacon right now in my fridge, but guys, guess what's made in Manchester? I know it's an American company. Dun, dun, dun. You know it. Crunchy nut. That is the crunch that we're looking for. We're going to do it. We've got one sweet dish sorted. Let's have a look here. I do feel pressured. Okay, let's get a little plate. This is where it's going to happen. Number one. This is going to be sweet number. So we're going to go for the second one. Avocado. We're going to go some blush tomatoes, some nice British ham out of the fridge, beautifully wrapped by my wife. We're going to go a little bit of salad. Then we're going to pimp that up a little bit. I think we're going to go a little bit of olive oil. I found a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Getting really chefy. Feeling it. Feeling like we're getting stronger. May even get a cheeky bit of truffle oil on there, but we're not going to do it because we've got tomatoes on there and that would be disgusting. So back to the original plan. We're going to go brunch, ham, avocado, salad. You see this, guys? Are we hopefully on the tabletop camera starting to look like crumpets? I mean, come on. look at this. When you're going live, you have a professional chef, you bring a few mediocre numbers out, and all of a sudden you do it live and they start looking good. So this is my second attempt today. Made crumpets loads of times. However, these are looking sexy. I reckon we're looking at another 2 minutes on these and we are ready to go. Another thing that I might show you that's really, really nice, everybody's talking about butter. So I've got this butter set over and I just thought while we're waiting I might show you. Don't know if you guys use it in your cakes. It's something we do in the industry. We love brown butter. Buonasette, the French call it. My French head chef tonight, he's watching. Frenchie, big shout out to you and all your Frenchiness, your snails and frogs legs. But one thing I would take to the grave would be brown butter. So I'm going to do this, and I think with the savoury one, I'm going to make some brown butter. So in here is about 100 grams, 150 grams of butter that I was using to cook with, very lazily, just wasted a load. I'm going to put that back on the stove until it starts to bubble and go a bit brown, and I'll show it you at that point. I'll stick it on now. And then we're going to stick a bit of lemon in there, and a little bit of garlic. We're going to fizzle it all up. We're going to have the most glorious, glorious brown butter for our savoury crumpets. And I think we're there, guys, to be honest. It sounds like I kind of knew what I was doing there, but I really didn't. I'm just took myself out of a little bit of a sticky situation, to be honest. I'm quite happy about it. So, crumpets are 1 minute off. Does anybody have any questions? No questions.
Everyone's saying they look good. So I'm excited to see. I think.
Excited to see. This is the bit where I've got to like live up to it and actually make it look good. I'm confident though, guys. Confident. Very, very confident. Okay, we're a minute away now. I wonder, has anybody got any suggestions? If we haven't got any questions for me right now, can we just get the face camera on just while we're waiting? We've got 2 minutes on the crumpets, Simon. So if anyone's got any questions, what I would really, if you haven't got any questions, what I'd really like to ask you is, what do you want to see me cook next? Because I got on the phone to my mum after the last one. I said, Mum, I really enjoyed that. And she enjoyed me being on there as well, which was a great recipe for success. But if there's anything you would like to see, I'm not a patisserie chef. I can do a lot of sweet stuff. I can make pastries, I can make croissants, I can make danishes, everything. But I think you guys are good at that. If there's something savoury, flour-based, bacon world-based, send in your request. I'd love to come back. For a chef, one of the hardest things for me is to go to a restaurant and choose something because I like everything. When somebody says, what's your favourite food? What do you like to cook? Well, I like everything, obviously. I get to be a baker, a butcher, a manager, a teacher, all within my job. So, any questions come through?
Yeah, Joe Coates has said, do you turn them over at all?
No, Joe. Sorry, excuse the rhyming. So basically, these ones, if we could just go down to the worktop camera again, please, Simon. So these bad boys, which are almost done, you can see, like I said, referring to the supermarket ones that you get, they're nice and toasted and perfect. Like I said, a machine that makes anything is going, it's controlled by humans to perfect something and have consistency. These are pretty sexy. When I make this brown butter, which I will pop on now, what I do like to do sometimes, I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret. So look at these bad boys. Look at this little monster that I made before. Literally just put it in, went and said goodnight to my daughter, came down, flipped it over. That was beautiful like that. I flipped it over and it turned into this little monster. Definitely not worth £6-7 in the restaurant anymore. So, but as you can see, breaking it open, beautiful consistency inside, got all those light air bubbles, beautiful colour underneath. But I flipped it over and that happened. So I don't cook crumpets for a living. I do enjoy them. There is a Michelin star restaurant, which I won't name, a fish restaurant. Sorry, my wife's just checking if the butter's okay. We're going to burn the butter, so we're okay with this one this time. But thank you, Rosie. But yeah, there's a Michelin star restaurant at the minute, a fish restaurant, and he serves crumpets, one of his star dishes, pickled cucumber, a little bit of brown shrimp, some butter, some elderflowers, and people are loving it. Critics are saying, oh, it's this nostalgic thing ever, but I don't know really, it's just a crumpet. Going back to the original question though, just a bit off piece there, You can flip it over, but as you can see now, just touching this, that's all set. That's just a little bit unset there. In a minute or so, these will be ready to plate. So we'll flip one over and we'll just see where it goes. Do mind your fingers when you do this, because it does get quite hot. As you can see, you're looking for this colour. The sourdough gives it that lovely crispiness that you get from the sourdough. It's just the proteins, the way they work in the sourdough, the way the lactobacillus, the bacteria, eats the proteins and produces kind of like a sugary glutenness. That's what makes sourdough so amazing, and that's why the sourdough crumpets are a great thing, I think.
And if you didn't have sourdough, would you need to replace that with anything else?
No, when I do post a recipe, which I will post tonight, if not tomorrow, for sure. No, I will just make a note on there that we will drop about 40 grams of the wet weight and the flour. I'll do a little variation on that because I've changed an original recipe that I used to work with to put the sourdough in. So I've just turned that over, and to be honest, as you can see, it's covered a few of the holes, which is a bit of a shame because you want all that sexy butter, all that syrup and whatever you're going to put on it to go through. It does cover the holes. I don't know why it does that. Maybe the manufacturers that make these, they have some kind of like roll grill. You can pop these under the grill. I did pop these under the grill a little bit just because I wanted to see what happened before. And it toasted it up nice. Just going to check on that butter, but these are ready to go. So we're going to plate them in 1 second, guys.
We've had a few suggestions through for what to make next time.
Go on,
Carrot cake, choux pastry, vanilla slice, custard slices, rough puff.
Slice. Yes, I do love a custard slice. Rough puff. Rough puff's an easy one. I mean, maybe we could do a little collaboration of paste, like savoury pastries. Maybe we could make like a sweet paste, a savoury pastry, and maybe a rough puff. Maybe that would be a good one. I like those ideas, guys. What was the other one? Vanilla slice. Love that. Mm-hmm. What was the other?
So sticky toffee pudding.
Oh my god! Me and my head chef and my team, we've been very, very lucky this week. We've been working with a lovely, lovely bunch of chefs. And I've come across a recipe. I don't know it yet, so maybe I'll do my own version of smoked butter, date, sticky toffee pudding. I mean, guys, come on. It's like dream stuff. So I heard that. So maybe we could do like sticky toffee pudding and then just add a little bit of smoked butter to it. Just take it to a little bit of a restaurant level. Right, guys, so if we can stay on the table view for a minute. Oof, I don't know, it's getting hot in here, isn't it? I've been back in the kitchen.
Sorry, question I must miss. How would you add flavours to sourdough bread?
To sourdough what, sorry?
Sourdough bread.
Flavours?
Yeah, so like olives and things like that.
Yeah, so can we just go to face cam again, please, Simon? So when it comes to sourdough and flavouring, if you've made focaccia before, sorry, wanging my chef spoon everywhere. When it comes to flavouring breads, I mean, there's two ways of looking at it. The delicate starter, when you put the starter into the water and then you mix the sourdough, you could incorporate a little bit of oregano, turmeric, smoked paprika, maybe a bit of cinnamon if you're going to take it along the lines of adding sultanas and rosemary to make like a cheese sourdough, something to go with nice cheeses. But if I was adding olives and rosemary, for example, or some wild garlic, for example, I would probably incorporate those maybe in the first, if not second, roll and fold, because you kind of want to get the mix going and everything, and you can just throw a handful of your favourite herb, some nuts, some sultanas, dried fruit. But I would do that probably mid-process, so first or second roll and fold. So guys, it's time to play. I'm super excited about this. Rosie, would you be so kind? Oh, you've already done it. I've got 2 plates. Thank you very much. Lovely assistant. Who needs Debbie McGee? So here we go. Let's just move this pan out of the way. Let's go 1 crumpet. So we'll go with the sweet first, guys. Got a lovely plate here. Beautiful crumpet in the middle. Those live moments that you just don't want, where you're like, why is it not coming out? So I'll just tease it out with a spoon a little bit like that. Try not to damage it. Like we said, when we put that butter in as well at the beginning, the butter, as it rises, should carry a little bit of butter. And just looking at the quality of the crumpet, it can take a minute. When we're talking about the quality, what you're looking for is the heat's obviously below. So you're looking for this beautiful. I don't know if it should bring it a little bit closer for you. You're looking for a nice, beautiful toasted. And if you smell that, it kind of smells like does it smell like almost like batter, like a pancake. But it's perfect. You don't really want much more colour than that because it's going to toast the sugars. There's a little bit of sugar in there. It's going to be nice, but anything beyond that is going to be a little bit charred really and take over kind of the whole flavour. And you look at the side, nice kind of, doesn't really matter about colour on the side. And you look at the spring, so it's still a bit warm actually, so I don't want to go to town on this. It's not going to bounce back, but you can see the bounce back there. This is all really good signs of the perfect crumpet. You know what, guys? I'm going to say it. I'm pretty proud of that one. We've got the perfect little holes that we're looking for on the crumpet. We've got a nice kind of depth. And then we've got a lovely little crunchy undercrust there. Let's go ahead and start prepping this. So what did we say? We said sweet cheese. Sweet. I'm going to crack a joke then, but I won't. I'm not in the kitchen anymore. So let's go. A big dollop of that. I mean, come on. So that's the sweet cheese, Philadelphia, creme fraiche, or mascarpone, whatever you've got in your fridge. All of those bad boys would work perfectly. Daddy Safford's favourite jam. Last bit, absolutely devastating, but loose ends. I didn't go shopping for this one. Just waiting for my big check from Sugar and Crumbs actually for all of these ingredients that I'm not buying. Wink, wink, mum. And then we are going to go. So we've got the sweet cheese, sexy crumpet, a little bit of cream on my finger, so I'll wash that off. Not looking good on the camera. And then what else did we say? So we're going to go some raspberries. So pop a few of those around there. Going all chefy. Think about plating as well, guys. The more you fuss about it, the more you're like, where should I put this? How should I do that? You know what? I really, maybe it's experience, so a little bit of arrogance when I say that. There was a time when I was scared to put things on plates, but just start building stuff. You had Lego on Meccano or a little Barbie set, and you're like, oh, look, I used to have planes, just like landing them on the table. Imaginary airports, just start throwing stuff together and see what it looks like. A few little blueberries, maybe dot a few around here like this. Our pastry chef, if she's watching, she'll be like, what is that? It's breakfast. Don't worry about it. We're not at work now. So pop a few of those bad boys there. Crumpet, sweet cheese, berries. Where are we going with this? We need some crunchy numbers. What did we say we found? Did we get some crunchy nut? We did. Crunchy nut, Rice Krispies, cornflakes, whatever you want. This is where I'm going to ruin it. Nice kind of little granola, if you like. But remember, guys, isolation, never been here before. Loose ends, sweet crumpet, amazing. I'm liking the look of that already. Don't know, let's just say the word wing in it is come to mind. It's starting to look good. Nice little bit of golden syrup. You know, I'm thinking American pancake style. I know what I'm having for supper. I don't know what my wife's having though. Okay, there we go. Dish number one, done. Homemade sourdough crumpets. Bring that up, a little close up. Beautiful plate. Sweet cheese. We've got some raspberries, some blueberries, a bit of Kellogg's Crunchy Nut over the top, bit of golden syrup. You could use, we've got maple syrup. You could use golden syrup. You could use a bit of treacle. Use a bit of agave syrup. If you're into all that healthy stuff. Bit of rice syrup, bit of malt syrup, you name it, syrup. Get it on the plate. It's going to be nice. I'm quite happy with that. Should we go savoury? Ready for a bit of savoury, guys? Plate number 2. Supplied by my lovely wife. A bit of butter on there. Don't know how that happened. This food is only for us, guys. Doesn't matter. We're all family. So a nice little clean of the plate. Little wonky wear plates. One of my favourite bad boys. So if it doesn't look good, at least we can admire the plate for a minute. Crumpet number 2. Let's go. Guys, do let me know if you have any more questions, any more suggestions you'd like to see me cook later down the line if I get invited back. Do let me know, guys, if you like the look of this. If you like the look of it and you think it could add something, do ask the question. I can confirm from experience or just go ahead and do it anyway. Send me a picture. I'd love to see some of you try these out. You can send it to Sugar and Crumbs Instagram or over to the Facebook page and I will check it out. We'll be marking out of 10. So we're going to go savoury.
Did you add sugar to the cheese?
Yeah, so I'm calling it sweet cheese. Sweet cheese. The reason I'm calling it that is because I use Philadelphia style soft cheese. That's just what's in my fridge. You could use Philadelphia, you could use quark, you could use creme fraiche, you could use mascarpone. These are all kind of cheesy kind of things. And then I just added a bit of maple syrup, a little tablespoon, just to sweeten it. You could use honey, get golden syrup, etc. So let me just find this. So this savoury one, guys, we are going to use a bit of avocado, wash, going all Santa Monica, LA on you. So all for all the healthy beans out there. Do like just literally slicing this just happens to start looking good. Very humble. I don't know if you noticed tonight. Feeling confident. Had a week's work back in the game. My world was crumbling a little bit a couple of weeks ago. Missing my friends at work. My life is in the kitchen and at home with my beautiful wife and daughter, of course. And points. So, a little bit of avocado. Where did we say next? One piece of ham left. And look at it, just in the fridge, looking all sad. Just give it a little twist. A little bit of magic happens. All of a sudden, ham is alive. Let's go.
Would you ever toast the crumpets?
100%. I haven't toasted these just for time, but yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you toast them? But I was talking about toasting crumpets. I talked about that brown butter. We will come to that in a little minute. We'll just finish this dish. So we've got a sexy little crumpet on the bottom here. A little bit of avocado. Look, guys, this avocado sat in the fridge, almost ready for the bin tomorrow. Swing it round, take a few chunks off the back. Sexy dish happening. So we've got the last piece of ham looking all sad, looking all good again. He's alive. He's got his mates, Mr. Tomatoes there, that I brought home from work because they were ready for the bin, unfortunately. Just placing a few of these. These tomatoes, just little cherry tomatoes, and they've just had a little bit of salt and pepper. They've just gone in the oven 90 degrees for about 45 minutes. And you get that sun-blushed little number. You get these in all supermarkets. Quite easy to get hold of. And this is the savoury crumpet. It's looking like brunch on a plate already. So I think that's it. Let's just get a little bit of, again, it's got a nice little bit of some salad leaves. Just going to pop a few of these on. A few little salad leaves from the fridge. And then I've got some olive oil, just really good extra virgin olive oil. A little bit of that on there. And then a little bit of balsamic vinegar. This is aged balsamic. Stay away from the glaze. Horrid stuff. People say balsamic glaze all the time to me. And it's just, in the industry, it's just not good. Aged balsamic takes years of aging like wine. Really, really important that if you're buying it, if anything says glaze, it's usually cheap vinegar thickened with a bit of corn flour and sold to you for a more expensive price. You could do that at home. When you talk about good quality balsamic vinegar, you know, you're talking it's thick, it's tangy, it's sweet. And it's took about 12 years to get there. So maturing with age like a nice bottle of wine. So just got a little bit of balsamic on there. Now, I'm quite happy with that, guys. Do let me know if you hate it, and we'll stay here all night making more options out of my loose ends. Well, I don't know. Let's bring these back into camera. We've got here, again, just as a little intro, we've got really nice crumpet, sweet cheese, berries out the fridge, crunchy nut, looking like a little breakfast number, brunch, great around 11 o'clock. Super hangover. This is happening, honestly. You'll be back on your feet in no time. Maybe you could caramelise a little bit of banana, you know, in the pan after the crumpets come out. Smash that on top, that would be nice. And then we've got the savoury version. So we've got a crumpet there again, avo that was ready for the bin, found a little bit of life again, some tomatoes that I brought home from work, a little bit of cress, balsamic, olive oil, and a lonely piece of ham that has now got friends. That's really exciting. And just before we go into any questions or go towards the sad end of the Facebook Live, this was the butter. Probably horrified to see it. You're like, what has he done? Honestly, that's not smoking on the camera, by the way. It's just really, really hot. So this butter is made up of two things. So you've basically got a pure fat, and then you've got the milk content. So the buttermilk. So when you get buttermilk, it's the fat content. What happens is the buttermilk has the fat, which can retain a lot of heat, 100 degrees plus. the milk can't, which is the water part of the butter, so it burns, and that's good because when it burns, it's not like something setting on fire, it's going to burn the house down. Do be careful when you do this. You want it to just go a dark brown colour like this, and in the industry, this is an amazing thing. It goes brown, and then we're going to stick a little bit of lemon in it, like that. It's not really bubbling. I've done that on purpose because chefs, we just get it off the stove and we throw this in, but we go like throwing a bottle of lemonade in the fryer. It's not going to end well. But I've let this cool for 5 minutes. So safety first, guys. Take it to a brown stage. Don't let it smoke. Just stay with it. Give it a bit of this, a bit of Ainsley Arrett over the hob, and you see it goes a bit brown. Just take it off, leave it for 10 minutes. That's what I've done. Squeeze a little bit of lemon in there. This is called beurre noisette. Probably saying that really wrong, but it sounds something like that. It just means brown butter, hazelnut butter. It has a hazelnut, toasted, fudgy, really sexy flavour. And the reason I've shown you this is because everyone uses butter on crumpets, and I think that if you've got a bit of extra butter in the fridge, you've melted a bit too much, make one of these. This will keep in the fridge for 3 or 4 weeks. You've changed the natural state. Don't worry about the sell-by. From when you do it, give yourself another 2 to 3 weeks on whatever the sell-by said, because you basically cooked it and changed it. It's not a raw product that was bought at the supermarket anymore. This can be drizzled over chicken. You can do some drizzle over some chips. You can put it on your crumpets. You can put it over fish, and this will give you restaurant quality flavour. So what we've gone in there is some butter. I use lightly salted. It's a nice little sprinkle of salt in there. And then we've got some lemon in there. And then usually while it is hot, on a nice garlic clove, just want to kind of smash that down. Smash it down. That goes in there as well. And then just leave it at room temperature, maybe overnight. And it'll just infuse. You've got a nice little garlic, lemon, butter. It's going to be like the secret flavour that you thought you could never find. So guys, there we have it. Crumpets, sourdough crumpets, isolation style, loose ends. Really, I was on the way home from work today going, oh my God, I'm doing Facebook Live. Really don't know what I'm going to do. I think we may have pulled it off there. I hope you're really, really happy with that. If we could go back to the face camera, Simon. So we are very sadly coming to the end. I really, really enjoyed that. Are any more questions coming through, Rosie?
No, I don't think so. Everyone's saying it looks lovely.
That's good. Thank you so much. Really trying times out there, guys. It's such a pleasure to be in my kitchen and be invited by Sugar and Crumbs to just come and bring a little bit of what I do to you. Like I said, if you do have some suggestions, my Insta page, Ryan Chef Stafford, you can send me a little note on there, or just see what I do. I'm always there and stuff. But stay safe, enjoy cooking, look after each other. I hope the world gets back to a normal place soon. But get cooking, guys. It makes me feel good. It's a real positive thing. I've been really happy this week, and I've been even more happy coming home today, cooking for you guys, making this stuff. So thank you very much. Simon, Mum, that's me done. Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
Ryan, that was an amazing show. And for those of people who haven't had enough Ryan, you can catch Ryan tomorrow at 2 o'clock on our Facebook Flashbacks, where he's making a crepe cake and some white chocolate fondant. Do you remember that show?
I do. That's an old school one. I've grown a little bit. I think it was a year ago or something.
Yeah, February 19.
Younger Ryan without the extra long booth on from isolation. That'd be nice to look about 10 years younger.
So thank you very much again, and thank you to Rosie. And great. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.